bridge, which is formed from a large fig tree that grows on the side of the river. It is a common sight among the people living in the southern slope of Meghalaya, where they use the bridge to cross the river, stay connected between villages and their cultivation land. This natural phenomenon does not form on its own. People give a line to support and guide the tender roots over the river, where it extends and grows till it gets connected to the other side and form a strong bridge. Over a long time, the root grows until it can be used for walking. To me, these roots resemble children with developmental delay. They need support and guidance right from an early age. Integrate with the society so that they will grow strong and confident, just like the living root bridge. But in Sotra region where I'm from, these children don't get enough service which support them. Parents don't know how to stimulate their children at home. Community don't know how to involve them in their social activities. And the result is unable to access to education, drop out from school at the primary level, and excluded from the mainstream society. I would like to share with you why I'm so passionate in working with these children. As a child, I was hyperactive, but my siblings start mocking me and call me Shri, which means monkey in my language. Yes, I would run and jump, can't sit in one place for a long time, but that was much more than a compliment. The mocking did end within the four walls of the house. They even continue in the school, in the neighborhood where we used to play. And this encouraged other children also to make fun about me. Besides mocking, I was bullying too. When I was in primary school, my classmates often locked me in the toilet so that I'd be late for class and feel humiliated in front of all other students. I was mocked, I was bullied because I was hyperactive, and this made me feel isolated. Later, when I met children with disability, I empathized with their pain from being excluded, rejected, and not getting equal opportunities like others. I tried to put myself in their shoes. I could not compare the pain that they are going through. Unlike them, I was able to get through from my experience. I was able to raise voice to say enough with this name calling. By being active in almost every outdoor sport that they allowed me to be. And this encouraged me to participate more in the society and love doing social work, which later I continued my studies in this particular field. After completion of Bachelor in Social Work, I started working in Bethany Society as a hostel warden for children with disability. Bethany Society is an organization works in creating equal opportunity for persons with disability, both in urban and rural, through social inclusion and sustainable livelihood. Working and living with the children in the hostel, it opened my mind. I started the bonding with these children, and I felt happy being with them. And this made me want to learn more about disability so that I can help these children better. And led me to study rehabilitation, which was happened here in Bangalore. After completion the course, I went back to Bethany Society, and this time I worked closely with children with developmental delay and their parents in rural districts across Meghalaya. One thing that I realized is the importance of early intervention for children with developmental delay. I'll give you an example. Maybe some of you might have known about this. In case of cerebral palsy, it's often associated with tightness in the joint, which required regular manual stretching exercise. And if it is not done at the right time, it will develop into contracture, which required surgery intervention. Again, if this intervention is not given at the right time, or wait for a long time, it will develop into permanent disability. or permanent deformity. And this is the latest stage where it will not only affect the child's body, but also it will affect the relationship with others, like the family and the society. But sad, the family and the community does not realize about this, and they keep on waiting for a long time. In my job, I work in spreading information about the importance of early intervention, stimulation for children at a young age, train parents how to do that at home, train field workers how to do the follow-up program. But I felt like something was still missing. Until one day, I went home to my village, which is in the southern part of Meghalaya, near Bangladesh. It's a small village, just about 60 houses, and we are all familiar among each other. So my sister told me about one family, and they have a girl child of about 5 years old, who couldn't walk or talk. So I went to the family. I met the mother and the child. We were sitting on the floor because that's where the girl sat. I told the mother what I'm doing, my experience, on the problem of her daughters, and what can be the possible help. Then the grandfather came and listening for some time. Then suddenly he said, "How will you help this child?" And in that moment, what he did, he just took her from one hand and lifted up and said, "Look at her feet, so tiny. And she can't even hold herself." The girl cried. I look at her face, I can see fear. I told the grandfather, "Please don't do this. You might end up hurting her shoulder because you don't understand the child's strength." You know what he said? "It's okay. She's fine. Nurse used to carry like this." I looked at the grandfather and said, "But you're not a nurse." Seeing how the grandfather behaved to the child, it broke my heart. And after 1 year, I learned that the girl died from a reason which was unknown to me. Moreover, seeing the mother doesn't know how to help her child made me think. And I learned that early death of children with these similar conditions is quite common in my community. Then I decided that I need to go back to my place, helping my people and the surrounding villages. So I went back to my place, and I will work with children with developmental delay, with their parents and the family. And I will follow the similar model which is using in Bethany Society through community-based inclusive development program, where there will be training, home visit, advocacy, and community mobilization. But in addition to that, I want to do something innovative which will add value to the project. I will have a center-based program for early intervention, and I will make it as an inclusive kindergarten, where there will be therapy rehabilitation program, stimulation, communication, and social skill development among children. And this will be the first learning space for children to learn how to embrace each other's differences. And also, we'll have many more fun games, fun activities, which will include parents and community also in the program. And my project is Marveling Roots, which I named after the Living Root Bridge, and will be based in Sotra, where we'll get closer to the people, and the surrounding villages will get access to the service. But since I'm coming from a place which holds a world record for the rainiest place on earth, I have a dream that this center will be inside a greenhouse where children will learn and play freely throughout the year and close to the nature. And we will nurture these children just like nurturing a tree sapling who are ready to be planted in the society, get connected to it, and they will grow strong and confident, just like the Living Root Bridge. And when they go out into the society, people will recognize them with their name, because this is their identity. Thank you.